Well, here we are at the end of another fun-filled unit. This unit was on the law of sines and cosines and finding area of triangles. I'm very happy that you're tuning in to go through the review with me. One thing you need to know about the test is that you will be able to get some points just from memorizing the formulas. The formulas, hopefully you already have them memorized, but you can get like 20% on the test just by knowing these formulas. So the first part of the test, you have to fill in the blanks for the law of sines. So just remember that you have the opposite side over the opposite angle. So it's little a over the sine of A. These are opposite of each other. Little b over the sine of B. Little c over the sine of C. In law of cosines, what you need to recall is that the little a here is the opposite of this angle on this end, capital A. Case does matter, so make sure you do lower cases and then uppercase for the angles. Little a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine A. The nice thing about area of a triangle using sine is that it's ABC or BAC or ACB. These three letters are different. And so if you keep that in mind, that's an easy one to memorize as well. Heron's formula, you have the semi-perimeter, a plus b plus c over 2. And then you take the semi-perimeter times the difference of the semi-perimeter in each of the sides, A, B, and C. Here's the answers to the test, or the review that you have, not the test. That would be very easy, wouldn't it? Everybody'd be writing these on their hands or on their cell phone. So the only difference is this is 119 degrees 50 minutes, 38 degrees 20 minutes, and you have no solution for 8 and 9. So you might want to pause this to check your answers if you've already worked the review. And if you want to see, I'm going to do each problem in detail. So first part of the test after the formulas, which are no-brainers, is it says state the number of solutions. Well, the number of solutions, unless you have ASS, is going to be one solution. So unless you have ASS, you don't have to worry about this part. Put 1. Then you're going to solve the following triangles using law of sines or cosines, if possible. Round the angles to the nearest 10 minutes and the sides to the nearest tenth. So you have the three sides. A equal 3, B equals 7, and C equal 5. Those are your three sides. It's a side triangle. So what you're going to have to do, since it's not ass, is going to be one solution. So that's your answer to part A. Part B, you have to use law of cosines because you don't have angle opposite the side that they gave you. So I'm going to use a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine A. If you had them memorized to start the test, you have them written right there at the top of the paper, which is helpful. So when you plug and chug, you end up with this guy. Biggest mistake using law of cosines is people forget to add these two together first, then subtract it from this side, and then divide it by this negative number. So if we add those together, you're going to get 9 equals 49 plus 25 minus 70 cos A, and that'll be 74 minus 70. You cannot subtract those two. That's the big mistake people keep making. So you got a minus 74 from both sides. You end up with negative 65 equals negative 70 cos A. Keep your signs. Don't drop the negative in front of that 70. Divide both sides by negative 70, and you end up with 0.92857 is approximately the cosine of angle A. If you know what the cosine is, in order to find the angle, you do the inverse. So we take cos inverse of that guy to get angle A. Once you have that, it's 21.78 degrees, which is approximately 21 degrees 50 minutes. Once you have angle A, you can then find angle C or even angle B, doesn't matter, by using the law of sines. Little a over sine A equals little c over sine C. I don't know why I did C, but that's what I did. So I've got 3 over the sine of 21 degrees 50 minutes equals 5 over little c. Multiply diagonally, divide by the third number, and you end up with sine of c is approximately 0.61984. When you do the sine inverse, you're going to get 38.3, which is approximately 38 degrees 20 minutes. So once you get to this point, what you'll do is you will add angle A and angle C together and subtract them from 180 to get angle B. So if you add those together and subtract from 180, you should get measure of angle B equals approximately 119 degrees 50 minutes. And we're on to the next one. Anyway, going on. This one you have angle A, or little c, and the angle. So we check it. It's a side angle side. It's not an angle side side, because angle B is included between the sides little a and little c. So there's only one solution. The only time you don't have one solution is when you have an asp. So when you plug and chug, you're going to use the law of cosines here to find that missing side. Remember, you're squaring it. So after you put the values in, you take that square root of the whole thing. So you get B is approximately 12.3. Then you need to find little a or little c. I'm sorry, you need to find angle A or angle C. Then you need to find angle A and angle C. So we're going to use law of sines for that. So you set up your proportion. We know sine of 120, and we know little b. Multiply diagonally, divide by the third number, you'll get sine of c. Once you have angle C, rounded to the nearest 10 minutes, you'll add them and subtract from 180. So you'll end up with 39 degrees 20 minutes. Measure of angle C is 50, measure of angle B is 30, little c is 25. These are like my favorite because it's so easy to find the missing angle. It's angle side, there's one solution. Take 180 minus 80, that's the sum of these two together. You get 100 degrees. Then you can use law of sines to find those missing sides. I think proportions are easy. Multiply diagonal, divide by the third, you get B is approximately 16.3. And then you do the same thing to find little a, and you get little a is approximately 32.1. Bada boom, bada bing, we're already on number 8. So if we look at this one, we have angle side. Here's some inside information. If you come up with angle side on the test, it's no solution. You don't have to go further. That's just my inside information for people who actually listen to me and do the review. Okay, I relabel this so that I have angle A is 60 and little b is 7 and little a is 2.09. I changed the A's and the B's because everything we have is in A's and B's. If you look at the board on the test tomorrow, there'll be a flow chart as well. So I compare that. I've got A is less than B. Since angle A is acute, I have to compare A and B. A is less than B, which means I have to go on and compare A and B sine A. If I do that, I get 2.09, and 7 times the sine is 60. So 2.09 is less than this. That is not possible. So we're going to have no solution for that. Looking at the next one, I have measure of angle A, little b. It's an angle side. And if I compare, since A is acute, I have to compare little a and little b. Little a is less than b. So I compare A and B sine A. Here again, I get 4. How does that compare to 12 times the sine of 30? Well, it's less than. Again, that cannot happen, so it is no solution. That's 8 and 9. Now we're on to the area problems, which I love because those are just plain plug and chug. I love them, plug and chug them. All right, area of triangle given in number 6. They gave you little a, little c, measure of angle B. So since I have A, C, B, and you see how those letters are different, I'm going to probably use that 1/2 AC sine B formula. Bada boom, we plug it in there, we chug it, 19.5 square units. Make sure you put square units on there. Given in number 7, I have 2 angles and a side. I'll probably use the same kind of formula. When I solved it, I got little a is 32.1. So I'll use the same AC sine B dealy. Plug it all in there, crank it out, you get 200.6 square units. Number 12, find the area given in number 5. You're given the 3 sides. So when you're given the 3 sides, the best choice is Heron's formula. So got to find the semi-perimeter first, and it's the semi-perimeter times the product of the semi-perimeter and all the difference of the sides. So if you do all that out, I just plug it all into the calculator. You get approximately 6.5 units. Here's an area of a triangle, 5, 5, and 8. So 5, 5, and 8. I'd use the Heron's formula again, get the semi-perimeter, which is 9, then you'd have 9 times 4 times 1 times 4. You get about 12 square units, and that's it. Good luck on the test tomorrow. There will be a flowchart for ambiguous case, and for those of you that watch the whole video, you have information about the ambiguous case. Take care, and I will see you later.